Right guys, so we've got the old dolly dent puller here. I'm going to try and get, there's just a bit of a dent there. We could probably just tap it out from the inside, but what we're going to try and do is just use the self tapper and the nut that goes on the actual dolly. Send that in there. Connect the puller up to it. Pull it back the direction it came. Come out anyway. Now if I put something in there from the back and just give it a bit of a hit flat, that'll go flat. We'll zap that weld up and it's just in heaps better shape than what it was. Alright, so we've got one in here which is really quite a nasty kink. We may end up cutting that top piece out there and we may only be able to pull this piece out, but we're going to give it a go. Replace the screw because that one was getting shredded. This tool comes with these like little studs with a real coarse thread in them. These Metaltech machine screws I've been using, they've got a finer thread and they've got their own cutting head. So you don't have to drill a hole and then put them in. So I'm finding that quicker and easier tonight. Just popping a few dents out while we're waiting for the compressor to air up. And pulled it straight out. So that one's a bit tough. It's pulled it straight back out. That's going to be a bit more effort than that, unfortunately. So I've already had a go at these few here, and we've got a bit carried away on a couple there. It doesn't matter too much because we're just going to have to crease this line back in anyway. So once that line's back in there, you'll never know that this was there. We're going to give these a zap with the welder and fill them up just like with the other rust holes. So not the biggest drama in the world that the holes are there, because they're actually quite easy to fill with a MIG. You can just go zap, and then go zap, and then go zap, and you don't blow pieces out. When you're trying to weld in a patch, and you're trying to get a gap together with no good metal around it because you cut out rust, it's a lot harder, whereas this is quite easy because that's all good steel still. There's no rust in there, it's actually good quality. So when you're trying to tidy that up, it's not a big issue. So what I'm going to have to do is get the interior panel off. There's just a big kick, like a big panel void in there. I'll have to get that open. I'm going to go and buy one of those panel beating kits that's got all the different shaped dollies and hammers, and then we'll be able to hold it in this crease line, or someone will have to hold it from the inside, and then I'll be able to hit right the way across that until that crease is back in there, and you'll never know it wasn't there. A couple of zaps with the welder, grind up, and then filler prime and body file the whole car, you'll never know it was an issue. So that's a cool tool, really inexpensive. Pretty sure you can buy them from Super Cheap Auto. I can't remember where this one came from. Had it forever. Little self tappers are very handy. They're not going to pull out every dent. Sometimes the coarser thread one that comes with it better. But that's so convenient because you can just get your drill straight through the nut until the nut's bedded. Rather than these, which is what it comes with, that dome in the head actually leaves the slide hammer with very little thread, and the actual thread's damaged on the end of the slide hammer because they're quite bulky in the head, and that really coarse screw shape doesn't really do anything that much of a favour, just because it's not really fine, so it's not really hanging on. That coarse thread will pull out and it kind of does this rippled, like a backwards board hole kind of damage to it. So yeah, I thought I'd show you that. That was actually creased in there probably about that far across that section there. Someone's tapped something right near the fuel cap here. And yeah, that's how you fix it. You start pulling it out like that. Then once you've got it out, you can then hit it back in with a bit of flat, very heavy solid steel on the inside. Just gently work your way along and tap it in. I may even heat that as I do it, and it'll be sorted. Thanks heaps for watching. Subscribe button's over here. More videos over here. Catch you on the next video.
Might get that.